Hello, everyone. My name is Nina Mučibabić, and I am QA engineer in company Ministry of Programming. The topic of my presentation is API testing in startups using Postman. Goal of this presentation is to answer the mentioned questions. So, what is actually a startup? How important is software testing for startups? Is automated testing pyramid achievable in startups? How to test APIs? Why to use Postman? So let's start. So startups can be defined as a newly emerged business venture or a young company founded by one or more entrepreneurs in order to develop an innovative and unique product or service and launch it to the market. Some of the world's most popular companies were startups. For example, Airbnb, Facebook, Instagram, Netflix, etc. I am also working in a company which develops different kinds of startups, and by its nature, the startups are very dynamic to work on and also very interesting. Each and every day, new challenges arise, so that is the atmosphere when something new is being built. Next thing that I want to mention is the importance of software testing in startups. So, testing is not just for big corporations with an endless QA budget, but also for the small companies which needs to provide great customer experience. So, it is important to have such a mindset if you work in startup because bug-free software can be the thing that will differentiate the new product among the others, and that approach can help build a brand that people trust and use. So if people use the product, it means that startups' revenue can rise and that startup will grow more, which is basically a goal of every startup. So software testing strategy can help a lot in gaining a mentioned goal. This picture is showing the general testing pyramid, which is not the goal itself in startups. And the reason is because the characteristic of startups is that they are changing and evolving very fast. In the same time, each iteration should be correctly validated. So, at the early stages of startup creation, most of the time the manual testing will be chosen against the automated testing because it is cheaper and it can give results in reasonable amount of time. But this is applicable to short-term testing games. Then, when it comes to long term testing goals, the automation journey is the thing which QA engineers should strive to achieve. So, assume that one startup already have unit tests written by developers. So, first layer of pyramid is covered, then next layer is for integration tests, then the third layer is for UI tests. UI tests Automated UI testing can be very tricky in startups because user interface is the thing that can change very often and it is not so cheap to maintain the UI tests if UI is not stable. So good practice is to not hurry with it. On the other hand, API testing, which is a part of integration tests, is approach that could take place here. Since the purpose of automation is to improve whole software testing life cycle and also whole software development life cycle, we need to take effort to realize which testing results can be obtained faster. And that's why API testing is a good choice here, since it is not subject to frequent change as the user interface is. Then how to test APIs. Firstly, the API is application programming interface, and its working principle is shown on this picture. As you see, it is based on transfer of requests and responses. So usage of API testing can help us to determine if expectations for functionality, reliability, performance, and security are met. And API is mostly used in IoT, which is Internet of Things. So why to use Postman? Postman is a tool which allows us to test APIs manually and also make automated tests using JavaScript. This way can help in catching bugs as quickly as possible, and it will also allow us to move quickly in general development process and add new functionalities because we can simply run the test cases in order to see if we broke something along the way. So Postman allows us to test business logic of our application. It is the Postman itself, and as you can see, I imported here one collection. It is a collection from the internet. It is for learning purposes. You also can find it online. So when I click on it, I can see different kinds of requests. So get, post, put, patch, del. And for example, if I click on the first request, get request list all public crocodiles, here you can see the different entities which can be populated. And also here you can see tests. This one is actually the basic test that we can do in Postman. So we can find also here different kind of snippets. So this snippet, status code code is 200, is the one that I used here. And if I click on send, it will give me the test results. And this test passed. So it means that this request is okay. And it means that this request will actually list all that public crocodiles. So this is a quick overview of Postman. And for the further learning, I recommend you to find online the great resources which Test Automation University provide. So thank you for your attention, and happy learning. Bye.